Buying and selling websites is currently the biggest opportunity online, and there's a few reasons for this. Firstly, I've discovered over the years that the money is in the sale. You'll get a big capital event when you sell a business. Sure, you can generate cash flow by having your business and you get weekly cash flow through a wage or something like that, but it's not until you actually sell the business that you crystallize how much profit you've got and generate huge amounts of cash for you. A good example of that is if we look to the stock market. When a company floats on the stock market, what are they doing? They're selling pieces of their company, and almost overnight they effectively generate huge amounts of cash, and the directors usually end up doing very well out of that situation. It's the point at which you sell that you end up crystallizing and making that most amount of profit. The second reason that I think buying and selling websites represents such a huge opportunity is the fact that you as an internet marketer already have all the skills that you need. You already know how to build a list and work with Aweber. You know how to drive traffic and do basic FTPing and HTMLing. All those types of things makes your skill set perfect for this opportunity. You could see a website, look at it instantaneously and say, right, here are 5 things that I can do to add value to that website. And that's what's valuable. You're paid for your knowledge. You're not paid for the amount of work that you do. You're paid for what you know, which is a great space to be in. And then the final reason I see this as a huge opportunity is the scalability. When I look at any business models, what do I look for? I look for something that I can create a system in and then I can scale it up. So on one end of the spectrum, you can look at buying and selling websites, for $50 and $100, but as your skill set develops, you can start to progressively take on bigger and bigger deals. You can start to work with websites that are worth $5,000 and then $10,000 and $50,000, and then scale that all the way up to multiple millions of dollars. So the skill set that you're learning here, start off with small deals and then build up to the big deals. And then who knows, before you know it, you might be someone like News Corp buying MySpace. Hopefully, with the training that we're going to give you, you're going to make a wiser decision than that. But News Corp paid over $500 million for MySpace. So that just shows you how big we can scale this up. Now, my name's David Jennings, and a few years ago, in fact it was probably about 4 or 5 years ago, we purchased over 583 domain names and we started developing these sites up. Now, initially this was to improve my SEO skills, and we were doing a whole lot of tests and measuring and things like that. Well, at the completion of that project, I then had a big inventory of stock, these websites that I was just sitting on, and my focus had started to change, and I've got new businesses that I'm starting to look into. So for that reason I thought, well, maybe it's time that I go ahead and start selling these websites off. And that's when I got excited about the idea of buying and selling websites, because I realized what a fantastic marketplace there is. So we started selling off some of these 500 odd websites and getting fantastic value for it. And then that's when I realized, hang on, this needs to be a core part of my business. Now, what it is that I want to do with you, look, I'm teaming up with a couple of other guys. We're evolving and developing and documenting the system that we've used to buy and sell websites successfully, and we want to share it with you. So I've teamed up with a couple of other guys. There's Ryan Malone. He was the guy who became my flipper broker, who effectively looked through all of my inventory, set up the auctions, ran the auctions, recorded the videos, then did the post auction work to make sure that the sale went smoothly, and then had those buyers keep coming back for more websites. So he's someone that's definitely worth listening to because he knows his stuff. Then we've got Danny Vitalik. Now, this guy sold 150 sites in 3 months. He's working really closely and coached by Ed Dale, who is really big into the buying and selling website space. So all of these guys really know their stuff. We teamed up a few months ago and we started a podcast called Domain Name Investing Insights, where we just started talking about all of the different things related to buying and selling websites and web businesses. And what we found was there was so much of a demand and people wanted to know what it was that we do. So we joined forces together and decided to come up with a course that teaches you everything that you need to know about buying and selling websites. That's what I want to do. I want to teach you everything you need to know, give you a step-by-step system to buy and sell websites, which I consider probably the next big opportunity online. So here's the plan. Over the course of 7 weeks, we're going to be delivering 7 modules that take you step by step what you need to know. We'll start off. Week 1, we'll talk about the psychology, making sure that you get your game plan right. What I've learned in my years, especially with my stock market background, is the importance of having a business plan, a trading plan, a set of rules that you follow so you know what it is that you're looking for when you're buying and selling websites. That way you can follow it with a discipline, and then rather than chasing every new opportunity that pops up in your inbox, you know exactly what it is that you're doing. So in week 1, we're going to talk about getting that psychology right and introduce you to us, and we can tell you a little bit more about us. Then instead, in week 2, we're going to talk about what have you got. We'll take a stock take of your inventory. What skill sets do you have? What websites do you already have? Where is the low-hanging fruit that you can quickly take advantage of? If you don't have anything, as part of this week 2 as well, we're going to first start looking at buying websites. So how do we actually value a website? What are the different components that make up valuing a website? And then show you a system and a methodology that you can go out and find undervalued websites that you can purchase. Then, after you've made that purchase, in week 3, we're going to show you how to prepare it for selling. So once you've actually got a website, whether or not you've purchased or it's something that you've dipped out from your own inventory, then how do you add value? Everything from traffic generation models to monetization models to everything to quickly and easily build up that value so you can either flip that website really quickly or add it into your portfolio. Week 4, we're going to be talking about how do we sell a website. Now, we've had loads of experience selling websites, both dealing direct with people and also selling on marketplaces such as Flipper. So we'll talk about how to construct the auction. We'll talk about what is needed for walkthrough videos, how to sell, what story to create, how to have that level of transparency so people can trust what it is that you're saying and feel confident to do business with you. After that, in week 5, we're going to talk about the post-sale. What do you need to do to make sure that the transaction goes smoothly? How do you transfer the website to make sure that the search engine rankings aren't affected and the person who purchases also gets a good deal and wants to come back? Because once you get into the world of buying and selling websites, you want to build up a database of potential buyers, because you know these guys are cashed up and they'll buy good opportunities, and that's what it is that we're creating. Then the final 2 weeks, in week 6, we're going to talk about brokering, and this is something that Ryan developed into, and through what we developed, he and I, Ryan's effectively become my broker. So let's say that you don't have enough cash to get started in buying and selling websites, and we're going to show you how to get started quickly and easily, but we're going to also show you how you can create your own revenue stream, your own business. Imagine finding people who have large networks of sites, approaching them and then letting them know that you're a broker and that you can help them sell off their inventory, and then you take a little clip out of each sale. Not only will you get the skills that you'll learn up that you'll ultimately be able to apply to your own buying and selling websites once you build up that investment float, but you'll also get some money along the way. It's like you're getting paid to learn. And then the final week we're going to talk about domaining. Domaining is, I suppose, the way that I differentiate between buying and selling websites and domaining. Buying and selling websites as businesses, I see that as a complete business, whereas domaining is more so just to do with the actual domain name. So often there's not a back-end business built on that. So we're going to talk about how to take advantage of domaining. Look, it's really hot right now. A lot of different domains are getting released out there and selling for huge amounts of money. You need to know how to find these expired domain names that are being dropped and take advantage of them, get them for pennies on the dollar, and then adding that value and then selling it on the marketplace. So as you can see, it's a 7-week course. It's pretty heavy going because we want to make sure that we give you everything that you need to know. We're going to give you checklists. At the end of each session, there's going to be a Q&A session, so you get to ask us questions to clarify the material that we've covered. We've also got some good connections with people in the industry, so we're going to make sure that we do interviews. And probably the most exciting thing that I'm looking forward to is we're going to do the first live live case study. No one does live case studies, but I've still got a huge inventory of websites that we're looking to sell. So we're going to pick out some websites and we're going to take you through the process. How do we add value to it? How do we prepare it, for auction? Then we're going to take it to auction and we'll record step by step through the auction. You'll see the bids coming in. You'll get a feel and you'll start to feel confident and see that this really is a fantastic opportunity. This is an area of business that I'm moving into and making sure it's a core part of what it is that I do. So we're going to be developing this course. Even though you're going to go through it over the course of 7 weeks, we're going to continue to add to it. And if you go ahead and get in early, because this is really just a pre-launch now, if you get in early, you'll get updates for the next 12 months. So any new updates that we do get, you're going to get access to. So at this point in time, I hope you're as excited as I am to jump on board. I really am excited about what we're going to put together. All of the details are listed below this video. You'll find out exactly what's included in the package. You'll find out a little bit more about us. You'll find out how much the course costs, when it starts. All that information's down below. We did want to make sure that this course was as affordable as possible. And the way that we did that is we priced it at a point where really it could potentially pay for itself after your first deal, after your first buying and selling transaction. That's what we wanted to do. Not only that, we've got plans on developing this course over the next sort of 12 months to be the be-all and end-all of buying and selling website course. And we'll be selling it as a physical product over $1,000. But if you're interested and want to jump on board early, we'll grandfather you in at the cheap rate and then you'll get all of the updates for the next 12 months. So it's a fantastic opportunity. What I'd suggest you do at this point in time, not only did we make it affordable, but go ahead, Google all of us, find out that we're the real deal, we're out there doing the real thing. Once you're confident, you can also feel even more confident that your purchase is 100% guaranteed. Like anything that I do online, I know I put out tremendous content. So if for at any reason, at any point in time, 3 months after your purchase, you feel that you didn't get 5 times as much value as you paid, in fact 10 times as much value as you paid, just contact us and we'll refund your purchase 100%. I really want to see you jump on board this opportunity and I look forward to seeing you inside the BBS formula.